what's up? My name is Nicole from the Pit Media, and today I am here with Folmzz, the lead singer of Heartbent. And they are a band coming out with a brand new album next week, and they're starting tour.
Yeah,
So we are going to talk all things album, all things tour. First of all, would you, if you don't mind, introducing yourself for the people who might not know you or know Heartbent?
for sure. Yeah, what's up, everybody? I'm Alex Folmzz. I sing in the band Heartbent. We're like a high energy, emotional post hardcore band. From Maryland. We have a new album coming out about a vampire couple. Super excited. Super stoked to talk about it.
Okay, so since you mentioned it, we have to talk about it. A vampire couple, I think, is incredible. How did
Hell
we
yeah.
arrive at a vampire couple being the inspiration for the album?
Yeah, for sure. So, it was like about a year and a half ago. I was hanging out with one of my old guitar players, and he just started playing this riff. It's the riff. It's the starting riff of our song "Desire of Flesh," if you know it. And hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah. So he started playing it and I was like, oh, dude, that's sick. Keep playing it. And then I just started writing. I think it was like the second verse that I started writing. And then I was like, damn, this kind of sounds like some like weird vampire sex song. And he was like, whoa, vampire sex song. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna keep running with that. And then I wrote the outro bit, the kind of sounds like brain stew, like the do think you're from.
Yes.
Yeah. And then I was like, all right, this is definitely like some kind of vampire sex song. And then I just sat on that idea for a while. I was like, how do I come around to making a vampire sex song made sense? And then I was just like, oh shit, let's just write an album about a couple. And then yeah, so the whole album just really came from the that song "Desire of Flesh," formerly known as "Vampire Sex Song." Like on the CD, it's a little parentheses "Vampire Sex Song" just for the ones that just for the
But no.
OGs.
I
Yeah.
love that. Oh my God. It's so funny because that's like my favorite song off
Oh,
of
really?
what's
Hell yeah.
released so far.
Yeah.
I love that one. And then My Escape for me,
Mm.
every time I listen to it, I'm like, this could be on the Twilight soundtrack. And like it would mesh
For
so
sure.
well.
For
Like I
sure.
see it,
Yeah.
I see the blues, and I'm like, oh, it's incredible.
That's
I
awesome. Hell
I
yeah.
love that. I love that when you go on your Spotify too, it's just emo vampire music.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I love
Thank you. Cool. I wasn't sure if anyone like ever noticed that, so that's cool. Thank you.
Yeah, I was scrolling down, it said emo vampire music, and I was like, see, if I didn't know them, if I wasn't aware of them, I'd be like, yes.
Hell
That's
yeah.
just
Sick.
like my vibe. So
Oh, that's
then with
awesome.
you have the album, that's next week on the 13th that the album drops.
Yep.
You have a busy week because you also start tour next week,
Mhm.
which is
Yeah.
self-booked.
Yeah. I booked the tour myself actually,
You
which was yeah.
did. You must
Yeah.
be incredibly busy and exhausted.
Oh yeah. I mean, honestly, it took me maybe like a month or two to book it. It was it's the longest tour we've been on. Last year in March we toured with the Red Jumpsuit Apparatus. We did Which yeah, that was awesome. That was so cool. We did 10 days with them in like a 14-day period. So we had like 2 days off. And then this tour is 12 days in like an 18-day or 12 shows in an 18-day period. So yeah, we're booked and busy. It's broken into like three little runs. It's like we're going to like kind of like Midwesty, if you can call it that, like Nashville and Kentucky and Ohio. And then we're going south a little bit to like North Carolina, then back to Baltimore. Then next leg is like New York and Wilmington, Delaware, and kind of a little northern.
Yeah, that's so
Let me so sick.
dope. Do you
Hell
have,
yeah.
are you guys like fully independent? I was looking and I couldn't tell. I think you.
Yeah, we're fully independent. The only thing we really outsource for is our production. We go to this guy Eric Taft. He's super dope. Big shout out. Good friend of ours. He's worked with a lot of our friends, and he's worked with some bigger bands like Under Oath and Amity Affliction. And then when I found that out, I was like, "There's a guy from my state that's done that." And then yeah, we reached out, and he's amazing. I can't recommend him enough. And
That
yeah,
is
we
so.
do. Yeah, we do that. And then the guy that does like these designs, Deadly Fractions, we outsource for some of our art. But besides that, everything's pretty much me for the most part, with the other
That's
guys helping out sometimes.
how long has Heartbent been Heartbent? Because I was like looking through timelines and I couldn't
Mm.
tell when exactly it was like started fully. Was it in the 20 teens? Is that when you started it? Or was like 2021 era was like official Heartbent?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. So, I came up with the idea of it like 10 years ago, which is so funny. I was in math class, like looking out the window, and I was like, I hated school. So I was just like, man, I just wanted to be in a band so bad, but I didn't really have that many friends. So like I didn't have anyone to make a band with. And also this kind of music wasn't cool 10 years ago. Like it's like really cool now, but like 10 years ago it was not cool.
No.
So no, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. It's rough. So, yeah. So eventually, I just had that idea of Heartbent, and nothing really stuck. I had like a couple like lineups. We played a couple house shows, nothing too crazy. Then in 2020, I met my drummer Austin, and we just clicked like that. And
Yeah.
I've been going like pretty full force ever since.
That's so dope. I love that.
Hell yeah!
Okay, so I watch your TikToks. I do watch your TikToks. We met on the
Hell yeah!
TikTok. So I saw that you had posted, I don't know how long ago, just like a time lapse of where you started musically versus 10 years later. So how you are now. In terms of the
Yeah.
music you're creating now versus 10 years ago, what would you say has been the biggest difference or thing that you've learned in creating your music and your sound?
Mm. Um. Well, one, the stuff that we do now doesn't suck. I feel like anything I did 10 years ago is pretty bad.
Learn
Um,
somewhere.
yeah, I mean, it's a lot of trial and error. Like, it literally took me like 10 years to get here. I think I started writing songs at like 13. I'm 27 now. I saw the front bottoms open for Tenacious D when I was like 13. And then I was just like, whoa, I can do this too. And then I went to my
Yes.
first Warp Tour and then it's all just started. But yeah, it all started with like an acoustic guitar and like some front bottoms knockoff songs, like way forever ago, which is so funny to think about.
Would you say that those bands or are like inspirations for you starting like Tenacious D? Like what are your big like inspirations with your music?
Yeah, inspirations. I mean, the first band that ever got me into music was My Chemical Romance, and like I discovered them when I was like super little, like probably like I don't know, still in elementary school, and then I just fell in love with them. And then the first time I heard screaming was in a Census Fail song, their song 187. Yeah, my older cousin gave me like a little mixtape, and like I remember it was like "What's up, you one time," and I was like, "This is so sick." And then like yeah, it just changed my life. Then just like discovering Asking Alexandria when I was like a teenager was also another like aha moment for me.
I
And
love that. I
hell
love
yeah.
the moment of like I feel like a lot of elder emos, I hate that term, or emo people,
Yeah, I
whatever.
hate that term
Whatever you
too.
wanna whatever, yeah, whatever you wanna say.
But it's
Can re-
valid. It's valid.
this is old. Old is old. Can relate to hearing someone scream in a song for the first time and kind of
Mm,
having this moment of like, we can do that.
yeah.
We can do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. What was yours? What song was it for you?
For me, like I had a weird emo awakening where it was like a lot of Rise Against led into
Mm,
Coheed and Cambria. And then I fell
mm,
down a really big rabbit
right.
hole of Coheed and Cambria. And then from Coheed, I found My Chem, I found Pierce the Veil, I found Sleeping with
Right.
Sirens, I found A Day to Remember.
Mm.
And now it's so funny that whole like, I think you posted about this too, maybe, I'm not sure, where we have like a phase where we try to go back to like, or to normal, you know?
No, I've seen a lot of people post. I've never really strayed from it, so I was like,
Hell yeah.
it doesn't
Hell
apply
yeah.
to me. I mean, I kind
I
of had like an emo rap phase like 10 years
Yeah.
ago, but that was like I loved Lil. I still love Lil Peep, but like yeah, that was like my thing because it wasn't cool to like emo rock music, and then I just discovered Lil Peep, and like I was like, this is awesome, and then like I was
Yes.
also, I mean, dude, it was like the 2010s. I'm a victim of the Zandemic for sure, so like it just you know messy
No.
times, but yeah, sobriety's been pretty good.
Oh, I think for a lot of people it was like, oh no, the music I like isn't cool now. I'm gonna try to pivot maybe, like do something similar-ish. And
Yeah, I just
then
like I don't know what it was. I just like I'd listened to it and I was like, this reminded me of how it felt listening to like Asking Alexandria when I was 14. Just like listening to people like fucking cry about whatever. I was like, this is sick. And then yeah, that's pretty much what it was.
I love that. When you're writing like the songs for this album and you're
Hmm.
like envisioning this like vampire couple, do you have your own lore? Like is the album going to give full lore for this couple and like the things that they've been through, or is it just kind of like the perceptions of this couple, if that makes sense?
Oh, for sure, yeah. So we haven't announced it yet, but there's like some teasers, but we have when I originally wrote this album, I wanted to make a music video for every song. but as an independent band, that's just not possible. Like it would cost so much money.
That's valid.
So we do have music videos for the first two songs finished. And yeah, they're so sick. They're so good. I just did a final edit on the first one with our director.
Oh,
Um,
Sarah.
yeah, so it's for At First Sight, and then the second song on the album, Die by My Hand. Those will be coming out relatively in the next month, at least for At First Sight. And then it's so funny you asked that because like I'm not really sure how I want to let everyone know the story, but we also
Mhm.
have a comic book coming out too. That
Nuh-uh.
it's still in production. I'm still like working with an artist to try to portray everything. Basically, it's gonna be like one side comic, the other side's gonna be like the lyrics and the story of the song, and it's gonna be like kind of like a zine and comic book, but it's gonna be awesome.
I love that. That's so like back to like Coheed. Coheed releases or has released comics in tandem with
Yeah,
albums. I love when media has a visual representation like that. That's a little bit different. I love a music video. I love lore. And I think a lot
mm,
of emo kids, emo people in general, really, really love to see a story. And it just
hell
feeds this little like artistic little demon we have inside us, at least speaking for myself, where I'm just
yeah,
like, yes, 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 let me see what was in your brain. I want to know. So
hell
I'm
yeah.
so excited for that. That's so dope. What made you want to
Thank
do
you.
that?
Honestly, the comic book idea just came from the realization that I couldn't afford to make 10 music videos. And then I was just like, oh, how can I tell this story in like a fairly affordable way? And yeah, it's gonna be a comic book. Basically, making a comic book will cost like how much it costs to make like two music videos. So it should work out
That's
pretty well.
oh,
And we
that's
can make
so
money from a comic book too, which is
exactly.
super
Mhm.
crucial.
It can return. Yes, that's
Yeah.
so dope. Speaking of like the affordability of all of it, I saw on TikTok and Instagram recently that you had posted that if people couldn't afford to come to your shows, that you were doing the tour, that they could hand out flyers in exchange for like guest list pass.
Yeah, for sure. That's because
Sick.
we had like a couple TikToks like about the tour, like kind of blow up a little bit, which was super sick to see. And there were handful of comments of people being like, "Oh, I'd love to go, but I can't afford to." For at least every show, I've had people like that. And we work really hard to make the shows as affordable as we can. Like they range from like $5 to $20, averaging like 10, 15 per show. But not everyone can afford that, which totally understandable. So yeah, I was just trying to think of a way to kind of just let those people be able to come to the shows. And I was like, well, if they, help promote it and pass out flyers, like I'll guest list them no problem. I just hope people don't like abuse it. You know what I mean? That's like one thing I'm a little worried about. Cause like
That's
yeah, I've already had like one or two people message me and they're like, oh, I'll do it. And then like I'll look at their profile and they're like flexing things. I'm like, well, this is kind of just supposed to be for the people that can't afford it, but I don't know.
that's
We'll see how it
fair.
goes.
I think I think you'll get a really good turnout from that. And I really love the in this like day and age where everything is just so expensive to
Yeah.
exist, to live, that you're
Um,
making or finding a way to bring accessibility to music, to the some of the things that help us stay a little sane when everything is
yeah.
kind of like this. So I think that's so cool.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I've been working really hard to just try to make sure as many people can come as possible. And I think it's working out. Like we have one show where it's only $5 and that one already sold out. So that
Yay!
felt really cool. Yeah.
Oh yeah, let's
That felt really
go.
cool.
I love that. I love that so much. I'm so excited for you guys. I had obviously no idea about this comic. That I'm
Okay.
whenever there's media like that that comes out with an album, I will read it or go through it and then I'll go back to the album and listen in
Mm,
again and like put things
sick.
together. So that's so cool.
Yeah, no, thank you. And then like even just listening to the album, there's a lot of like I worked really hard with the lyrics to make sure that you can kind of tell the story. At least
Yeah.
I hope people can. I mean, I made it so I know what it is, but like I'm hoping that people will be able to figure it out.
I
At
love a
least some
top
of
to
the things.
bottom listen for an
Oh yeah.
album. So I will probably be messaging you as soon as it drops and being
Yeah,
like,
no,
these are
please
my
do.
theories.
Yeah, no, that'd be awesome. Yeah, because like I literally we design it's meant to be listened from like top to bottom. That's why I felt like weird dropping singles because like it was just like no, like the story doesn't make sense with the way the singles were, but it's just what you have to do in the modern day to just like promote singles and keep just trying to get a return on the investment of the album, you know?
Yes, very fair. And the singles are so dope. If you have not listened to them already, I highly encourage you go to Spotify and check them out if you love emo music at all.
All right.
Before we kind of wrap up, I did, because you are an elder emo, want to ask you a couple questions, if that's okay. Some fun questions, if that's
Yeah, let's
cool.
get it.
Get everyone to know you a little bit better too. In
Definitely.
terms of emo bangers, if you had only the option to pick three,
Three
what
songs.
what are the top emo bangers for you if
Oh
you
my god.
only could pick three? I
Oh, that's such a
know.
crazy question.
I know it's insane.
On the spot is crazy.
Warning you prior, but I was like, no, I shan't.
Okay. Well, the first one that comes to mind is "Amen" by Bring Me the Horizon. It's like a newer song, but I love that song so much. The chorus is so sick. It was a big inspiration for me in writing. Um, this is a crazy
I'm
question.
so sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. No, I was just like, fuck, on
It's
the
also
spot.
so personal to each person, so no one can attack this man in the comments, okay? Like, this is not him declaring it's all emo music. This is his stuff, okay? Calm down.
Hell yeah. No, I like fuck, I don't know how to pronounce it, but Paraphernalia by Pierce the Veil.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
another one of my all-time favorite songs. It's so good.
So good. That's such a good one.
Um, trying to think of a My Chem song, but something off of Bullets probably. I'm so bad with song names, which
No,
is
it's
like,
cool.
oh, you know what? No, not good enough for the truth and cliche by Escape the Fate. I love that song so much. It's such a banger. Oh my god, I love that
Dude,
song.
that album, I will say, top to bottom, damn, it was so good.
So good, dude. My drummer gave me the vinyl, like, which is so sick because that's a super rare vinyl. And like,
Yeah.
I almost cried when he gave it to me. It was so sweet. I love him.
Oh, I love that. I love that a lot. Well, I think I've asked and gone through everything I have. Is there anything that you want to throw out to the people before we end?
um, Biggest thing is just support local upcoming bands, even if it's not us, just like anyone. There's like people in every city doing what we're doing, and there's a lot of really good music that goes unnoticed. So just kind of look out for upcoming bands. If you want to see Heartbent, we're going on the Bloodlust tour, February 12th through March 1st. It's gonna be awesome. Full album Bloodlust Heartbreaker Death comes out February 13th. And yeah, dude, thank you so much. This is awesome.
Thank you. And then if you want to follow them, you can find them on Instagram. Instagram handle is heartbent_official.
It's like Heartbent dot official.
Dot official. Okay.
Yeah, I
That's how
think
you
that's
can
what the
find
TikTok
them.
is too.
Okay, perfect. So you can find them on Instagram, you can find them on TikTok. Big fan of supporting local artists in general. Kevin Feynman and a bunch of artists at Warped Tour have stated if we don't keep listening to new artists, then there will be no new artists for us to listen to later in life. And how sad would that be? How
So
sad would that
sad.
be? That'd be so sad.
Tragic.
But thank you so much for joining me. It's been a pleasure talking to you. And I can't wait to listen to this album.
Sick. Oh yeah, yeah. Thank you so much.